Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming to strengthening. Take a moment to lift your arm up and over. Hi, good morning. Inhale. And we're just taking a little good morning stretch. Good. Inhale up and over to the other side. Just taking a good morning stretch. Good. Oh, we're going to do one more little stretch, and you can think about a puppy who gets out from a nap, and they always stretch, don't they? So we're going to lift up like a puppy, and then round, and lift up your sternum like a puppy, and then round, and one more time, lift up, inhale, good morning, and then round all the way up, and one more time, just take a full body stretch. You can even lift up your fingers and reach, inhale, and then exhale, let that go, and let's get our bands. I'm so glad to see you guys. We're gonna do a band overhead. Your arms are gonna be up. I'm going to tilt my screen down, but you're gonna pull down in front of your body, in front of your chest, just a little. Here we go. Hi, good morning. Down, exhale. And pull. Now, as you do this, you can check your neck. It's easy and soft. There's no extra tension around the trapezius. Now I'm going to get in close so you can see the band is in front of us the whole time, like a glass, like a piece of glass. It's just following down in front of our nose. Shoulder blades are down. Exhale. And now I'm going to go into some other cues. Check that your knees both feel soft. It's like there's a marshmallow in them. Inhale and exhale. We're going to take this opportunity to do good things for the other cells too. So taking fuller breaths and exhaling out any tension in the body, mind, or spirit. One more. And then let's take that band behind your upper back. Make the band go behind your upper back. And I like to catch some of my band here. Palms up. And exhale, push out with your exhale. And 2, and 3. Good. I like how your necks look long. 5, 6, and I like how your speed is controlled out and controlled in. Breathing in and out. 8, good. 9, 10, and we're going to shoot for 10 more. 11, slow in and slow out. 12, 13, 14, 15. Now it's getting harder, I know. 16, if it's too hard, give yourself a little more slack on the band. 18, 19, 20. Very good. Now I'm going to take my sweater off, but take your one side of your band and behind your head, right around your back of your skull. Now the other hand is here at your low back. Catch it, hold on. The bottom arm doesn't really do anything but hold on. So you're just going to be pushing with your top. Exhale. Breathe. 5, and notice how your jaw is parallel to the floor. So we're practicing good posture here. From the side, the ears in line from the shoulder. I'm not poking my head forward. Looking good. Now this is a really important muscle to get strong. 10, 9, we're doing 20, 8, 7, 6, controlled up, controlled down. 5, belly is pulling in. 4, 3, 2, and I know that arm's tired, you're doing so good. And 1, now take this arm and hold it. This hand now is our anchor at the low back. Here we go, we're gonna push up. Now, if you have any shoulder sensitivity, you can hold that bottom hand lower. We never wanna hurt a joint to help the muscle. So it feels good in your joints. And exhale, 5, feels good in your muscles. 6, you start getting used to that feeling. 7 of challenge. 8, 9, getting strong in the back of the arm. 11, good. 12, good, jawline parallel to the floor. Ease in your neck. Good. 16, hang in there. This is where it starts getting harder. 17, the final reps. 18 are harder. 19, but your form is good. 20, and then take that down. Now just take some circles with your shoulders. Feel your scapula, could never think of the normal name, shoulder blades glide up and down. Now go the other way. 5. And I like it. Now we're going to take your band behind your upper back. And we're going to pretend we're going swimming. So we'll do a little breaststroke here. I like to catch some of the band so it just doesn't hit me. You can do it either way though. You're going to push out and around. Push out. Now you notice even though I'm pushing, I don't do any kind of anterior translation with my shoulder. I'm keeping my shoulder down the back, even though my arms are forward. Good. 7. You notice you can make the band circle as big as you want. And now we're going to go the other way. So it's 10, and then we're going to go 10. We go narrow, wide. Narrow, wide. Breathe in and out. Feel how good that feels to have blood flow in your arms, to get strong early in the morning. First thing, it's going to be a good day. We're pumping lymph around the armpit, keeping healthy. Take 2 more. 1 more. I like it. Now this is a great stretch. This is one of my favorites. Take your arms kind of wide and then go behind. Now just stay put in a place that feels amazing. Breathe in. Yep. And the correction or editing, the modification would be you can always take your arms a little wider to give yourself more room. Or if your band is loose enough, you go out wider just by pulling. Now go, let's say 2 inches lower. There's no perfect science. I just want to make sure there's 3 stretches behind us because we do have 3 pec attachments. Now, how about another inch lower or so? Breathe in. This is so we don't get rounded upper back or rounded shoulders. This is going to help our posture, our breathing, and our mood. And then let that go. And again, take a little shoulder circle, move your scapula, healthy scapula glide up and down the back. Now we're going to take your band and step on it with your heel or heels. 1 heel is easier, 2 heels is harder. Now I have to move this weight so I don't trip. Okay, you're going to step on it with a heel or heels. We're going to make it even, bend your elbows. Bend your elbows. Exhale as you bend. 4, 5, 6. The modification would be only have 1 foot or to use a lighter weight. Another neat modification on this, and I'll just show you, is to do 1 at a time if you ever needed to change it up to be easier. So we always have ways to continue in a safe way. Check that your knees are soft. Look at your wrist and see if they're going with you. They're straight. They're not getting left behind. Good job. Now I'm just going to let it get down for a minute. This is a little Tai Qigong move called knocking on the door of life. I also call it loose leaves, like you're hanging clothes on the clothesline and the wind's blowing. Your arms actually hit your belly. If you ever feel like you need a release during your day, this is a great full body tension release. Let it go and enjoy. Now we're going to take that same band and step on it, most likely with 2 feet. This one's a little elbow out move. It's like you're zipping up your coat. Step in the middle with your heels, equal sides, and bend your elbows. Now notice how my elbows are higher, good, than my wrist. So exhale, yeah. Now your neck is still easy. In other words, we're not getting our shoulders up near our ears. Your knees are easy. Good. And 6. Now right at the top, make sure your elbows are higher than your wrist. So you're not going to be flipping your arm at the top. Yeah, let your elbows be higher. I'm going to come in a little bit so it's easier to see. Yeah. Exhale and inhale. Good. 4. You're doing great. And 1. Perfect job. Nice. And then take this band up and behind and stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lower. Now we're gonna, if you need to, take a sip. We're also gonna grab a lighter band if you have one. We're gonna be standing on it for humeral abduction. You're gonna step on your band with one heel and the same side hand. Now your arm is going out and it is slightly ahead of the plane of your body. That's the scapular plane. 2, we're only going to shoulder height. I like to have a lot of benefit, low risk. So make sure it feels good. 5, and the correction, the editing is to give yourself more slack if you need to. So get further away from, give yourself a longer band. And then let's take 10 on the other side. You're going to lift up your foot. I like to take the same heel and the same hand and then go out. Now let's say that's a too hard one. You just move over a little with your heel. 2, good. Now your body's tall. Nice job. Now we're going to step on the heel and we're going to the other heel and go to the front. Now give yourself enough slack if you need it. Now while we're here, I'm going to multitask a little, but you're doing 10. I'm counting with my fingers. 4. If that doesn't serve you, you can sometimes change up hands. Like you could do a little bit of a hammer grip and that might serve you better. Palm down might serve you better. Neck is soft. And then take the other one. So sometimes just a little adjustment, like your grip might be something that the next door neighbor needs. You may need different than someone else. 1. Good. I like how you're not leaning back. Keep that little ab tone to not lean back. Breathe in and out. Shoulder muscle here. Deltoid. Nice job. Go back to your other band if you can. That's a little heavier. Now we're going to possibly do 2 things. I want you to listen to your body. So before we add on the arms, just go up and down with your heels. That's a calf raise. Your heels go up and down. That is one move that you could do just for your calves. Also, there's a little moment at the top where there's just a tiny bit of balance. Each toe has equal weight. Now, if you can add on and you'd like to, pull your arms up. Now, at the same time, you're going to lift your heels and you're going to lower your arms. If that's too much, stick with something. What body part needs more help? Good, Karen. Way to change it up. Good. I like your bands. Exhale, lift. Lift your heels, exhale. And you're only taking your band to your chest, to where you would wear a necklace, right in front. And your arms are long. Now, 2 more. We need strong calves also for vascular issues. Nice. And now take it down. Take the band behind and your palms are up. Now I'm going to show you the first move. You're pretending there's a chair. So if you actually have a chair, this is a good chance to kind of hover near it. The chair squat. That's your leg move. If you would like to add on, you're going to do 2 things. You're going to do a push and a seat. You're going to push with your arms and you're going to have a seat. You're exhaling and inhaling. And I know that it's tempting to look at me the whole time, but if that makes your neck hurt because of maybe where your phone or your camera is, just as you go down, look towards the floor a little bit. That little chin tuck will get that tension out of your neck, because I don't want your neck to hurt you if that means if you have to crank your neck to look at the screen. So once you hear the verbal cues, check that your knees are in line with your second toe, and then give your neck some care Good. Sit way back. Yeah. One more. I like it, guys. Now go out a little wider. And now I'm going to show you the move first it's a second position squat. Your heels are heavy. Your knees track with your second toe. And it's also called a horse squat. Both legs have 50% of your weight. Now we're going to take a narrow press. So try to take 10 more with me. And narrow arms. 9. I'm going to get in close so you can see that. 8. It's a little bit more narrow. Good. 7. 6. Arms reach out. 5. Push the arms forward. 4. Yep, push the arms forward and parallel to the floor, and the arms are not going towards the floor. They're going straight ahead. 2. 1. Perfect. Now let the band go for a moment. Grab a sip if you need it. We're going to do a single calf raise and hold on to something, your roller or wall. Lift up your heel 10 times. I have one foot off the floor, kind of resting behind my ankle. Slowly go up and down. Make sure your knee isn't the thing that's bending, it's your calf. Now we're going to take 10 on the other side. A lot of times if you have an ankle that's been sprained more than the other, you can feel that it needs this individual attention. Nice. Now, just for a moment, take a 10-second balance, but we're going to change it. Can you lift your knee to 90 degrees and don't lean back? Hold. Now, if you're doing okay and you would like to add on, point and flex that foot in the air. If you have any need for caution at all, please be near a chair or any kind of wall. Now lower that little foot. Notice how tall we're going to try to stay as we lift that thigh. That deep hip flexor, it's an easy muscle to get weak, and we're going to have strong. Now, the bonus move, if you would like, is to point and flex that foot. That's also good for balance to keep those ankle muscles strong. You got it. Inhale. That's okay if you have to touch, and then you get back up. That was great. Now meet me on the floor and let's do a little back work. Some of my favorite. I love the back for us because what we try to do is bias what doesn't get gotten in daily life. So we tend to have a forward round back. Most of our activities forward. So what I like to do is take a heavy band here, take the heaviest you got, put it around your feet. Now, if you don't think you have heavy bands, you can also use 2 bands and cross it like an X. So I've got this X. Walk your hands forward. Now palms up like you have a cup of soup in the palms. Pull your elbows past your ribs. Now I'm going to turn just so I don't turn my neck to see you because I want to keep my body healthy too. So you're going to pull your elbows. Michelle, that looks great. I think your posture's just rocking. Wonderful. Good, Polly. That's working. Good, Betty. And exhale as you pull. The main thing with us is that we continue to breathe, that we're not holding our breath or bearing down on these moves. A general rule of thumb is that you exhale on the hard parts and you let your belly pull in when you exhale for protection. Notice your shoulders are down the back. And I know I'm doing more. I love these back muscles, can take more. We're doing great, getting some strong bones. Let's take 2 more. Now, if you had 2 bands, only use 1 heavy band. Still use your heaviest band. Now, still wrap it around your feet and still cross it. Now, this is going to be a rotation as you pull your arm. Rotate your torso to the left as you pull your left arm. Rotate. Now, keep your palm up as if you have a cup of soup in each hand when you're pulling. So when you pull, your palm turns up. Now, just notice, are you rotating the same right as you are left? Is one side easier? You're not doing any judgment with it. You just want to know. A lot of times we have a rotational pattern. maybe your jaw rotated to one side. Like I get a lot of dental assistants who tend to have a rotational pattern towards their dental tray. So you just want to notice, or you might play a sport that's more rotational. And if you have a difference, just gently kind of work on that as you rotate, even out your sides. Now one more. Now you're gonna most likely take a lighter band, or if you have one band you're using for everything, that's okay. But you're gonna take, if you have a lighter band, you're gonna take a lighter, like a green Julie, I'd say, not the red, in other words. Put your elbows together, and Karen, probably a red or a green. You're gonna open up your forearms. So this is external rotation. If it's too hard, because this is really therapeutic in nature, this isn't like a big squat or a big calf raise. This is little small muscles. Your forearms open up. This is almost in every rehab program for shoulders. It's not very big. Very small movement. Don't force it bigger. Yep, that's it. These little muscles, posterior deltoid, infraspinatus, tres minor, they're working on the backside to help our shoulders stay strong. Release your neck. Now I'm going to have our hands down and just kind of move your shoulders and neck, kind of like to release tension. Nothing formal. Good. Now this time, see if you can open up your bands, make them parallel. Now beside my hips, I've got my hand just in there. I'm going to pull with my pinky side of my hand, the nice side of your hand. You can pull if you have a tubing with the handle. If you don't, just grab it so that the pinky's still going towards the back wall. Now I'm going to turn so you can see it's not humongous motion. But we are working lats and triceps. Also, there's some abdominal tone and erector spinae, those muscles that keep your spine upright, tone. Exhale. There's this little pause you can play with towards the hard part that makes you stronger right in here. Just kind of, so you're not just jamming through it, but you're controlled and deliberate. You guys are doing great. Take two more. Now let your hands open. I have this image of a circle. Now reverse fly, you just open up your arms to the back. It's not a huge movement. Your neck is easy. You have this little circular elbow hug backwards. Lift your elbow. Yeah, there you go. That's it, Polly. Yep, you got it. The hands are below your shoulders. You're doing great. 2. Okay, now sit any way you want, but hold hands with yourself and massage your carpals. And if you've been cooking all day or gardening or something with your hands all day, playing a sport, that's a great little massage you could do. Now we're going to do a prayer pose stretch, palms together. Lower your palms until the base of your hands starts separating. Do you feel that in your forearms and your hands? Inhale. That should feel so good on your hands. Good. And then we're going to go back to the band being wrapped around our feet. You're doing great. This is parallel position. Now make sure the band's at the bottom towards your heels so it doesn't fly off your feet. I don't want it to fly off because we're going to lean back a little. And you might even gently point your toes forward so that band can't come off. Now bend your elbows. Do you see how that's a bicep curl? Now, if it's too easy, you can grab the band closer to the tubing, but I'm also going to show you another trick. Lift your elbow, and you see how that just made it harder? Yes. Now, neck is easy. Another trick here, if this grip doesn't work for you, hold it like a hammer. Sometimes that hammer grip can help because it gets more brachioradialis, but just experiment what works for you to keep out of your neck, to keep out of your shoulders. And 1, and then come up to seated. Now put your arms out like a T. Go up and imagine you're going over a fence. Go up, 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 and then over. Now just enjoy. Breathe into that rib cage that's exposed to the sky, As you rotate forward towards the floor a little bit, you get more of that QL, that muscle that runs from the rib to the pelvis. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe. Now, as you rotate towards the sky a little bit, you get more of those obliques. Now, if that neck position doesn't serve you, just look down or look at ahead. Inhale, go up over an imaginary fence, and exhale. This is a great posture. So a stretch for posture. I'm going to move over so I'm in the screen. Now rotate towards the floor a little. Act like I'm pulling your arm and giving you a good pull. Breathe in. And then rotate towards the sky. Lift. Inhale. And then exhale. Gently come back. Nice job. And then we're going to just take a little, this is a finger stretch, a hand stretch. So if you have any arthritis symptoms, this one's a nice one to keep in your toolbox. Stretch out your finger just as much as you can. Now stretch out your second finger just as much as you can. Now your third, just as much as you can. It's straight as you can. Now your fourth. Now your fifth. Stretch them out wide like there's big pieces of biscotti in between your fingers. Now thumb in. Try to keep the other one straight and flat. Now the first finger, now you can catch it with your thumb, but try to catch the other ones. You see how they're going to try to curl, but we're going to keep them stretch. Now catch the middle one. Now you see how those are trying to come along. Keep them straight if you can. Stretch them out. Now that fourth finger, keep it straight in the pinky and then pull the pinky in. That's it. Great job. And then let that go. This is one for the ulnar nerve, thumb to first finger. Stretch out your three fingers. Now, what you're going to do is pretend these are eyes, flip your eyelashes and make them your whiskers. And you do this. This is ulnar nerve, and it's a forearm stretch. And see if you can actually flip it, Julie, to fingers here, which I know it's there. And then, yeah, your fingers kind of cut your jaw. Ah, there you go. This is a hard one, just conceptually. Now arms out wide, act like I'm behind you and I'm pulling your arms. Just act like I'm behind you and I'm pulling your arms. This is a full arm stretch. Now pull your fingers under to your forearms. Now flip your hands, palms up, and then pull your fingers under and pull the arms behind you, like I'm behind you helping. Inhale. Now we're going to take the rack posture. Take your one arm up, 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 and then behind you. Now the other arm goes up, 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 and behind you. Now soften both elbows, lift your heart, and feel your shoulders and your chest stretch. There's no real weight on your hands. I really want the work to come from your sternum lift, not by hanging out on your arms. Now tuck your chin like you have a beautiful pomegranate between your chin and your chest. And you're looking ahead, so there's no tension in your neck. Breathe in, inhale, and then exhale and let that go. Now sit any way you want and place one hand on your heart and place your other hand on your heart. And then just take a moment to notice how your body feels when you've taken care of it for just a half hour. And how your mind feels when you've taken care of your body and you've given it some focus of nurturing, and how your spirit and your breathing feel. We're going to bless our mind, body, and our spirit to the highest good, and then we're even better with the people that we're around because we feel so much more peacefully aligned. So we're going to keep that love going the rest of our day. And with so much appreciation, thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye, you did so good.